And that right there, my friends, is why I am an animal lover and we butcher our own meat. Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. That'll be a good way to end the week. Been wanting to make a video like this for a while. I'm going to go around just introduce y'all to all of our animals that we have around here. I have not actually done a video like this in a few years, and just wanted to kind of do it and give you a little story behind everybody. We're going to start down here at my little goat. This right here is Mr. Lovey. Lovey's story of how he came to be. Several years ago, 3-ish years ago, I'd say 3 or 4. We used to have a lot of goats. Boar goats and pygmy goats, just a mixture. I had this one boar goat. She was a terrible mama, and she did this to me twice, but she wouldn't take her babies. Lovey was a product of that, and thought he was gonna die a few times. Like, it was a big deal. And me and the kids kind of brought him back to life and saved him. We bottle fed him. When I ended up selling out and selling all of my goats, I just couldn't get rid of him. The kids named him, and right now the 3 steers are in here with him. This little fence is an excellent place for us to put any new livestock that comes on the farm. And actually, we've tried to move Lovey over to the big pasture, and it works for a little while, but Lovey just kind of does what he wants. So if he gets out, he comes and knocks on the back door. It is hilarious. Like, he even can get out of here when he wants to. He just don't choose to. But if he ever does get out, he knocks on the back door. He's done that since he was a baby. So if you're new around here, me and my husband live on about 18 acres in the foothills of North Carolina. We grow about 80 to 90% of our own food, including all of our own meat. These 3 little fellas here that are in Lovey's pasture right now, they will be beef. They're all 3 steers. They don't have names, but we do take the best care of them that we can. A couple reasons they're still in here with Lovey. Number one, we had some parasite issues when we first got them. I didn't want to pass that on to my big cows and add that to my pasture over there. Which Lovey has never really had issues with parasites, but we got that taken care of. But little black and white Holstein, he's had a couple times of getting out of the fence of the 7-strand barbed wire electric fence. I don't know if y'all can even see the wire there. So we're a little leery about putting him in 2 strands of hot wire since I can't keep him in 7. So that's those. We don't have any pigs right now. We butchered all of our pigs back in the fall. That's what we do. And then we have a wonderful family that we buy from out of Thomasville, North Carolina, that we'll get our piglets from. And so we don't have any pigs right now, but hopefully towards the end of March, beginning of April, something like that, we'll have our pigs. Now we've come up to the big pasture, and I do keep my horses and cows together. This here is Quasi. It's my baby. So me and Quasi have been together for a very long time. I've had him since he was 4 years old, and now he's getting real close to 30. So we also have Ty over here. Ty was actually given to us by an older fella a few miles away. I don't have anything. You want a treat? Here. Here. You really just never know in a situation like that what kind of animal you're getting. Something being given away like that. You know, he told us that Ty was broke to ride and actually broke to pull a wagon too, which we don't have a wagon, but we got him, and he's a darn good horse. He's a real good horse. Both of these 2 are. You know, you've heard us say in previous videos, most of the animals here on our homestead, we try to make sure that they have a job. Well, I'm just gonna tell you. Quasi and Ty and Lovey, they don't have a job. They are just here for sheer enjoyment and these two, you know, we used to ride a lot. I've been riding since I was a little girl, and there's a lot of miles on this fella right here, but they're just living out their retired life now. I get them out and the kids ride them occasionally, but yeah, they're just living their best life now. The kids get them out and brush them and love on them and, you know, just enjoy them. So, like I said, they are living their best life. This right here is Miss Candy. You can see a video. We've had her exactly a year, a little over a year, maybe. I think I got her in the beginning of February last year. She is a full-blooded Jersey. She was a retired 4-H cow. And she is hopefully going to be having a calf soon. Ain't that right, Candy? Look, rotten. I know what you want. Watch this. She knows what I have in my pocket. But I was questionable if she was bred or not, and she's showing signs just all of a sudden out of the blue that I'm hoping she's going to have a calf pretty soon. I'm looking forward to milking her. I don't know if I'm going to do the calf sharing or not. That's a story for another day. But she is very gentle, and she is just very, well, you can see, I mean, she's just precious. But her job here is going to be to provide us milk. She's going to be a milk cow, hopefully, fingers crossed. The lady that I got her from said that she milked her and that she did pretty good. So Candy will go in the stanchion beautifully. She will let me rub all over her, but man, sometimes cows get a little crazy once they have a calf. So we'll see. I hope her attitude stays the same. Ain't that right, sugar? Let me just show y'all here if she won't follow me. Are you gonna follow me? But she is really showing some signs. She's all of a sudden, see how swollen she is back there? Any of y'all that are new to cows, that's a good sign. There's a calf hopefully on the way, and she's all of a sudden making a bag. This right here is all changes that have happened in the last 2 days. Like it's happened quickly. I don't know how long it'll be. Hey baby. She's got till around, I'm gonna say the endish of February, middle of March will be, you know, counting up from when the bull was here. So she is quite a bit farther behind Belle, but when I look back at my calendar, see how that bag, look at that bag when she's walking. Like, it's not as tight as it can be, but she didn't have that 2 days ago. So the next culprit on our list today is Miss Black Star. This is Black Star. The kids named her that because we used to have a red cow named Star. Honey. We used to have a red cow named Star, and Black Star was colored up just like her, except she was black. So the kids call her Black Star. So how she came to be here with us is my father-in-law has a lot of cows, and he had one that actually died during birth, and he was able to save this calf here. But, you know, asked us if we wanted to fool with bottle feeding it and everything, and if we did, we could have it. Well, we did. We took that on, and so she was a bottle baby. She is actually 2 years old, a little over 2 years old now. She's never been bred. Bottle calves can be stunted, and she was a little slow growing, and this is probably as big as she's going to get, but I think we're going to try to breed her this year just to see how it goes. I hope it'll go okay, because she's precious. I do want to give you a tip. I know a lot of people like to buy bottle calves because it makes them gentle. She is in your pocket gentle. Like, there are some days that she's too gentle and she gets on my nerves. But, honey, stop. Like right now. But, I mean, you could about ride this cow. But the tip I want to give you is don't forget those little cute little calves that you're bottle feeding are going to turn into a big cow. Cows are pushy. Cows can be pushy, and they don't get them used to you rubbing their head. That's my biggest advice that I can give you, because once she got bigger, I was having to come in this pasture with a tobacco stick, and I would have to whap her over the head I know that sounds mean, but it just is what it is. But I would have to kind of give her a nice little love tap and keep her from coming at me with her head wanting me to rub her, because they're big animals and she could easily hurt me doing that, or my kids. And she finally learned that that ain't how we play around here, and I do not rub her head. I make it a point that I never ever, she comes to you wanting loving, just like right now, but I never ever pet her head. She only gets scratches on her neck. Stop. She only gets scratches on her neck and her back, and that's it. I do not rub her head because I don't want to encourage her coming at me with her head. But I want to encourage you, if you're new to cows especially, and you want to go buy the cute little bottle baby, is just remember that one day they will be big. And you want to start good habits when they're younger. But she follows me everywhere. Don't you, honey? When I'm in here, now she wants a treat. Here, take it. So next, let's wander down here. See, she's my little shadow. Whenever I'm anywhere in the pasture, this is my shadow. Next is Miss Belle. So, and this is Belle's calf. It was born right around Christmas, New Year's. I think it was Christmas. I have to look back, but he's a little bull that we have got to get banded. Honey, you're not getting any more. Stop. Quit. So the story on Miss Belle, which she has come a long ways, but she is the perfect example of cheaper is not always better. Found her cheap on the Craigslist. Jersey cow, or it was Jersey Guernsey. And I was like, oh God, I found it, Andy. I found it. It's a cow I can afford, so on and so forth. Well, honey, go on. And anyways, she was wild. That's the only way I know how to put it. Belle was in a pasture in the middle of the woods, and the only people she saw was when the fella come down there to feed the cows that she was with and her. I have gotten quite a bit of milk from Belle. She has delicious milk. She definitely does have Guernsey in her because she has that bright yellow cream and the bright yellow butter. I don't expect that from Candy because the Guernseys, I think, have the yellower cream. But right now, I calf shared with her last year. I made it work. Honey, stop. Stop. But I made it work. And she's got smart on me this year. She has gotten smart about that this year, so I'm not really getting much milk at this very moment. So when this little fella gets old enough to wean, he is going to get weaned because the purpose of this cow is milk, and right now I'm not able to do it. I could talk about these cows all day long. I love my cows and horses. They bring a lot of joy to my life. Ain't that right, baby? Like this thing. All right, let's see. Let's wander over here. We will wander to the chicken. You see? Shadow all the time. Every time I'm in here. But you know, again, this can be dangerous. If she came running up behind me with her head, which she has done in her younger days before we had a come to Jesus meeting, but that could be dangerous, you know. And I still kind of keep my side eye on her. Now, y'all have heard us talk about these chickens and our overkill building and so on and so forth, especially in the last video. I've got 2 guineas in here with my chickens. They make a terrible racket most of the time. But I really think that's what helps with our hog pressure. I try to rotate through chickens about every 2 years. This is one of the first eggs I ever hatched in my incubator. Is where this rooster came from. He's one of my favorites. I love him very much. And so he'll hang out with us. He's real sweet. I say sweet, I mean he's not mean. So what are y'all doing? Is it bath time? Where's my other rooster? because I don't really have any original chickens anymore. This is one that I hatched running there. That's one that I hatched. He's gonna go away though. Yep, he's gonna go. He's gonna be a stew pot chicken right there. This is one of the OGs of the farm. He is probably 4 years old. We actually bought a batch of chickens. It was supposed to be pullets from Tractor Supply way back when. And he was a rooster out of it. I like my good roosters. I like my hens too, but if I got a good, nice rooster, I'm gonna hang on to them. So the red one and him, you know, they'll be here till they die. But like I said, my hens, I do rotate through them every couple of years. I love these right here though. These are called Colombian Wyandottes, and I think they are so pretty. But in here right now, I've got the Colombian Wyandotte, speckled Sussex, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure. Well Summers. They're real sweet chickens. New Hampshire Red, I believe is that one. That's one that I hatched. It's a mixed up one. Let's see what else I got. There's a New Hampshire Red. I got some Rhode Island Reds down here somewhere. That rooster has a new home that he'll be going to soon. That is not a pot, but he hatched here as well. There's one of my Rhode Island Reds. I got a few of them running around. I can't remember what kind them are. That's terrible. But yeah, these are my chickens. Well, we're almost done with our little tour here. I really hope you've enjoyed this video so far. If you can't tell, I really am. I'm an animal lover. So I want to show everybody, I'm sure you have seen this wild thing running around in videos. This is Tiger. I guess you could say we rescued her, or she rescued us. But she was going to the shelter, and she was a puppy. And, you know, just all in God's timing. If you've been with us for several years now, you know, I used to have a little white dog that was, you could see him walking around in the background. What do you have on your ear? Looks like mud. They used to stay in the house, and had him for several years, and he passed away of old age. And, you know, like I said, all in God's timing. And the best we can tell, y'all tell me if you've heard of this breed before, but we think she's a mountain cur dog. And she is an awesome farm dog. So the last animals I'm going to introduce y'all to are our all natural pest control. They've got them a place they lay under here. So we have had a ton of people through the years ask us how in the world we keep rats out of our corn and out of our feed and different things like that. Cats. We have a few that run around here, and they're barn cats. They're not indoor cats. They don't want to be indoor cats. They're very well taken care of, but they are here for a job. So I know you've seen them walking through in some of the videos and stuff like that, and their job is solely pest control. They do an excellent job of keeping the rodent population down. I'll tell y'all a real quick story. A few years ago, I looked down at the pig lot from the back porch here, and I saw a cat coming up from there, because some hang out down the pig lot, and some hang out under the horse barn, and some hang out up here under the porch. But I looked and I said, what in this world is that cat carrying? It looked like it was carrying another cat. Well, it was a wolf rat that it had killed. We don't put out rat poison. It was a wolf rat that it had killed, and down there at that pig lot, and was bringing it up to the house. Because, you know, they always got to put their treasures up on the porch to share with us. But that's the answer to that question. When people say, how do we keep the rats out of our trailer of corn and stuff? Like I said, cats are excellent natural pest control, and they love it. So before we wrap up today's video, I want to address one other thing. Something that I have been asked time and time again. How can you say that you're an animal lover and you butcher for your own meat? So, y'all, we butcher our own meat because I am an animal lover. I know that don't sound right to a lot of people, but I give these animals, I have a huge soft spot for animals. I mean, just absolutely huge. You can ask Andy. But that's why we butcher our own meat, because I know that the animals that are here on my farm, they live life to the fullest. They live their best life and have one bad day, one bad moment, actually. One bad moment in their life, and they are happy. They're not locked up in a feedlot somewhere standing in mud up to their knees. My chickens are not in a chicken house with thousands of other chickens. You know, my pigs are running out on this mountainside right here, living their best life, and never knows what hit them. And that right there, my friends, is why I am an animal lover and we butcher our own meat. So anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, a little something different. And let me know in the comments what you think. And anyways, till we see y'all on the next one, y'all have a good one.